Yo, welcome to the Great Conversation Podcast, where we indulge in healthy dialogue about topics that are important in today's society and culture. All right, guys, we're starting to get a little traction. This is number two. I know I said I wasn't officially back, but I'm officially back, but I'm not officially back. You know, it's a Gemini thing. But I'm definitely here. I got uh, I got Sister Kashonda with me. Other podcasts they be like, tell us a little bit about yourself. We don't do that here. Here at the Great Conversation Podcast, I'm going to ask a simple question right now. Who is Sister Kashonda, and what is your purpose?
Sister Keishonda is a wife, mother, and my purpose in life is to be submissive to the Almighty God Allah who created me. And submission means doing right by other people, doing some good in this world, leaving some good in this world, so that people remember me as a decent person, as a good person.
All right, let's dive in. So, I heard two things. I heard you say that you're a wife and a mother, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you, a lot of, what is the trifecta? There's Keishonda at the, let's look at it like a triangle, if you will. You got Keishonda, wife, mother, right? What's in the middle of that?
Um, it's I guess what's in the middle is whatever's in the dash. You know how when you pass away,
She's talking about that HyphenX.
the hyphen in
She's talking
between the
about that
dash,
hyphen.
right? So from 1984 to what I hope is maybe
Don't do
21,
it. I don't say it.
84, at least 100 years, or 2084. Um, what's in the middle is my life's work, my life's mission, my legacy. The people I helped along the way, the people I loved, the people I supported, my ups, my downs, my struggles, my ins, my outs, my children, my grandchildren, my husband, the believers in the mosque, that friends and family that are close to me. That's what's in the middle.
So you said your purpose is to be submissive. That word is scary to a lot of black women, and it's abused by a lot of men. I'm talking about black people here.
Of course.
I don't know if Great Conversation Podcast remembers my crowd, my target audience. Who am I speaking about? Okay, so submission is a word that, or even let's call it an action that a lot of black women fear.
Okay.
And it's also a word or an action that a lot of black men abuse. How, what is submission? You kind of gave us a little bit. I want you to kind of deep dive into that. What is submission, and why should one be joyous to be submissive?
So I said that my purpose is to be in submission to Almighty God, Allah, my Creator. So it's important to understand that when I say submission, I'm defining a Muslim, right? And a Muslim is one who submits their will to the will of Allah. And not to be spooky or mystery about it, but there's lessons and there's understanding on how to submit your will. So in the Nation of Islam, we have restrictive laws. So we don't drink alcohol, we don't smoke. We have pillars of Islam. We pray, we fast, we give charity. So submissive means following those pillars of Islam, following those restrictive laws of Islam, because that's what submission to Allah looks like. Because I've been given guidance and understanding on how to submit along the way. Part of submission to Allah, half of my faith that I've learned is marriage, and part of my responsibilities in marriage is cooking, it's cleaning, it's taking care of my home, it's taking care of my children, it's taking care of my husband, it's acting a certain way at home and abroad, right? So it's acting like I have some common sense and not be out here wilding out.
Not out here with the Tatianas?
No, so
Not out
that
here with the Tatianas?
exactly acting, appropriately at home and when I'm not at home. So submission is not necessarily submitting to a man, as you heard me say in the beginning. It's being a Muslim and submitting my will to do the will of Allah, and what that looks like has been written for me.
So why do you believe that, or do you believe? Let me ask that. Do you believe that submission is something that the black family nucleus struggles with?
I think that is something that a lot of people struggle with because I think a lot of us, like you said, either don't understand the word, and we struggle with the unknown of what being in submission looks like. So a lot of us, are Christians, and a lot of us pray, and a lot of us believe in a higher power, but it's a totally different thing or realm in life to say you believe and then to have to actually put that faith and that belief into practice. And that's what submission to your creator is putting into practice submission. Not to say that it's easy, right? It's because the creator also gave us choices, and he gave us the free will to make choices for ourselves. So I can choose to be out here Tatiana it up, right?
Tatiana.
Or I can choose to not do that. So while that's the goal for probably most of us probably want to be in line with our creator, but it ain't easy, especially when you have to deal with other human beings, because Islam is perfect, but our practice of it, Christianity is perfect, but our practice of it, Judaism is perfect, but our practice of it is not, as human beings. And so it's a struggle trying to be in submission to Islam and to the will of Allah when you have to deal with human beings who are not perfect.
Anybody who knows if you've been listening to the Great Conversation podcast, you know where I'm about to go.
This is interesting because I don't know where you're about to go.
Yeah, you know where I'm about to go. I have a struggle with the word perfect.
Okay.
What definition of perfect? What is your definition of perfect? Because you said Islam is perfect, Christianity is perfect. What is perfect?
A way of doing things that doesn't have any wrong, I guess. So I think only our creator, and even I think our creator even had imperfections, because if there's nothing new under the sun. So the God created imperfection. The God created alcohol. The God created drugs. So those are imperfections, if you abuse them, if you will. So I guess to answer your question, I don't know. I don't have an exact definition for the word perfect.
Like when I look at perfect, right? When I look at perfect, I look at the balancing. I look at yin and yang. The balance of good, bad, good, evil. So I'm in alignment when you say Allah, God, perfect. I'm in alignment with that because I think it's a balancing act. I don't think perfect is all the way good because that leaves the scales unbalanced. So I believe there's a centering that has to happen with it. And I'm going to pull up a definition. Definition: perfect means flawless, complete, or meeting all requirements. So I guess I can go with that. Man, we only 10 minutes in, and this conversation has gotten heavy. Let me lighten the load for a minute.
The conversation is heavy?
Yeah.
That's crazy because it's not heavy at
No,
all.
it's heavy because I know where I could take it, but I want to keep it lighthearted just for a moment. What's fun? What's because everyone who sees Sister Keishonda, you're very well mannered, very what's the word I'm looking for here? Not subdued. What's the word? Very reserved. Very reserved. Sister Keishonda is very reserved. What's fun to Sister Keishonda? What I know, but watch this. What you think about that game last night?
Oh. What? Did you watch the game?
No, I didn't watch it, but I seen it was on.
The Cowboys at the Lions, and I stayed up to watch the game. I got off work at 9:00, I stayed up watching. I think I
Right.
went to bed like 11:30. It was lit.
It was
I
lit.
was on 10. One, because if the Lions didn't win, then I don't know if we was gonna make the playoffs. And it's tight. So fun for me. I love sports. I'm a huge sports fan. So I'm a sports fan. So I especially like playoffs and when something's on the line, like a championship's on the line. So it can be. You ever see that sport where they had a
Yeah.
little. I can watch that if I know it's the championship round, even if I don't know what's going on. But it's just something about the intensity of competitiveness and watching people compete for a championship that I enjoy. So I really love sports, but the main sports I like to watch basketball, obviously because I played it. But my favorite sport to watch is football, by all means. So I can spend a whole Sunday just watching football.
Red
And
zone.
all Sunday. Like I can spend my Sunday watching football. I love watching the sport. Unfortunately, I could never play it. They didn't have flag football when I was in high school. Otherwise, I think I probably would have played. I think I would have made a hell of a quarterback. I'm just saying.
They got a female football tackle league.
Nah, tackle's not for me. I don't think. I mean, I barely like getting fouled in basketball.
Oh, okay.
You tripping on tackling me? Nah.
So you be crying out there when you get fouled?
No, I don't be crying, but don't push me. Like I'm close to the edge. I'm trying, right? Like don't push me, but nah, I could definitely. I think I could have ran QB because back in the day, I played football with the fellas, but I always had to be the all-time QB. Like
Well,
they never let me, and it was tackle. They
Yeah.
never let me play, and of course, they never tackled me. It was always two-hand touch the quarterback, and I played the quarterback
On both sides.
on both teams
Because you was a girl.
because I was a girl. They
Yeah.
never let me play tackle. Never. I couldn't run the ball. I couldn't be a receiver.
Is that what you wanted?
I wanted to play football, but the only thing they would allow me to do was play quarterback. It didn't matter how many interceptions I threw. It didn't matter how many times I fumbled the ball handing it off. I don't know why, and I don't know why it was in my neighborhood, but I could only play QB.
White girl named Tiffany Groney here in Rockford, Illinois. She was at my where was this? At Eisenhower, and she was the first girl football player.
Was she a kicker?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely a
Had to be.
punter. And-
There was
and-
a female collegiate kicker recently.
Oh, was it?
I want to say she kicked field goals, if I'm not mistaken. Like she had a chance to get hit.
Yeah.
And I want to say she played for a big school, like maybe Iowa, Big Ten. But I'm not a fan of women being tackled. Tackling each other and definitely not being tackled by a male. I don't know. It's just something about it that doesn't sit right with me.
It don't sit right
But
with you.
definitely watching football is fun for me. Playing football, I like playing video games. One of my most fun things I like to do that I haven't been able to do, which is travel out of the country. I love to travel out of the country, and when I go out of the country, I like.
Where have you been?
I've been to Italy, I've been to Paris, I've been to Jamaica, I've been to Mexico, I've been to the DR. I've been to almost every state I can count on one hand, maybe one and two. The number of states I haven't visited before.
Oh wow.
So I've been to
You been to Wyoming?
probably. I think I might have
Probably
driven
passed
through
through
it.
there. Okay.
So like when I say been there, I mean like I've driven through there.
Utah?
Definitely been to Utah. Oh yeah, Utah is for sure. States I haven't been to, Idaho. I don't think I've ever. No, I've been to Idaho. I might have been to all 50 of them now that I think about it, because I've been to North Dakota now. I've been to South Dakota. So I like to travel. To be honest, like that's something that I like to do, like hitting the road, hotel, spending time with family.
Sister Keishonda is hitting the road.
I like to swim.
Watch out for yourself.
I love to swim. I like playing with children. If I have an opportunity to like just do something fun, water gun fight, water balloon fight, like things that children do for fun, I definitely. I'm one of those adults that, you know how like a lot of times the children will play and then adults will watch. But I've been one of those adults to like join in with whatever the children are doing. So
Let me ask you this, because as you can hear, guys, Sis Keishonda is a competitor. She competes in everything that she does.
that's what I've been told.
Right. Everything. And I don't think it's a flaw either. I just think that's who you are as an individual. How does being a competitor help you with being a wife and a mother? And then how does that also help you in the submission world? That's a good question.
That is a really good question. As a mother, I can answer first is I want my baby to be the brightest, brilliant, baddest black woman on the planet. And so I take a lot of pride in having my daughter be just that. So the competitor in me knew that from day one when I brought my daughter home, the first thing I did was started teaching her to read because I wanted her to be the most educated black child on the planet. When she started playing sports, of course, the first sport I got her into was basketball, and I had to be her coach because I wanted to train with her at home. When that didn't work out and she picked a sport for herself, the competitor in me is always asking her and pushing her to be her best. So she missed practice more than I would like her to, but I'm always on her like, hey, are you going to practice today? If you're not, why not? Oh, I got a headache today or my stomach hurt today. Well, you got to fight through it. That's what athletes do. So the competitor in me wants to push her to be the best. Not in a push her to live through her kind of vicariously, but I want her to be successful in everything. And so the competitor in me pushes her to be the best in school, to be the best in sports, to be the best entrepreneur here at our school, I push her to be the best. And in the same kind of aspect, any child that kind of comes up under me, the competitor in me pushes them.
And your daughter also, like, she embodies that. Like, you want her to, guess what? She's going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember when she placed or didn't place as high as she wanted to in something, and she was just like, well, I did better than I did last year. So that's an improvement, even though it's not where I want to be. And I just thought that was very, like, mature,
Insightful.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, okay, so she's defining her own measuring stick for success. It wasn't, oh, I didn't place in the top 3, I'm a failure. It was like, you know what, I placed higher than I did last year. That's progression, and I'm just gonna push the next time, and I'm gonna win.
But even having that mindset and being that mature, the competitor in me loves that because not a lot of children or teenagers are as mature as my daughter.
No, truth.
Like, just being real, like,
Truth.
not a lot of children are as mature as her in just their mindset and their thinking. And that goes into submission. One of the things that I did when I was pregnant with her is I used to listen to this lecture from the Honorable Mr. Farrakhan called How to Give Birth to a God. And back in the day, we had the small, skinny headphones, and I used to put it over my stomach once I was showing, and I would just let it play. And the competitor in me loves how intelligent and just how brilliant she is, but the submission to Allah in me knows that I really had nothing to do with it, right? Like, I truly, at a certain point, I think maybe 4-5 years ago, I was talking to my husband, maybe sooner than that, but at a certain point, I truly realized that Allah got my baby. Like, literally at this point, I have nothing to do with Samaya. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Allah got her. Like, the way she thinks, her drive to be successful, going out and finding a job recently on her own. Every 2 weeks, she's taking her money and she's investing it. So setting up meetings with financial advisors so she can invest her money. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
I want to sit in on one of those. I just want to see how Samaya,
How her mind works. It's amazing.
Like, I see it on a certain level, right? But I want to see it on that independent level. What you just said, like, she's setting up with financial advisors with her own money. I want to see what decisions she's making.
Yeah.
Because I'll copy those. Because just off the simple fact that she's tapped into something. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that something is herself. She knows who she is.
Which I strive to pray every day. And one of the things I always pray for is thanking Allah for who she is, because I ain't got nothing to do with it, but she is phenomenal. Like, when this talks about how to give birth to a God, that's a little God, and I can't take credit for it. All I can do is be thankful to the God that I literally was the vessel that she came through. Other than that, like, after so long, I can't even take credit for it no more. Like she came to me like, yeah, this is what I want to do with my money every 2 weeks. So I need to talk to your financial advisor. Can you set up the meeting for me? Yes, ma'am.
You got it.
And I set it up. And then I actually talked to him recently because her meeting is tomorrow. And I told him, I was like, yes, she needs her parents to be involved in it. But I told him, I was like, I really want to be completely hands off as much as I can because this was her decision. This is what she wanted to do. And I want her to have the experience of investing her money. She go to work 5 days a week. No, 6 days a week. She go to work 6 days a week. She works, until 9 o'clock at night. That's her money. She checking where my check at.
The bag.
Did you deposit my money, mom and dad?
Yep.
So as far as competitive, yes, the competitor in me wanted to raise the exact child that I got. And I think the submission in me, and I thank Allah that the submissive Keishonda is seeing the fruits of my labor of praying for my baby and having my baby listen to how to give birth to a God and listening to lectures about just that. How do you give birth to a God? You teach them right from wrong, just simple stuff like you talk to them like they're a child. You don't talk to them like they're a baby. So I just thank God.
Yeah, teach him like
I could talk about my baby for a while, but.
All right. Now the other part of that, how does the competitiveness help you as being a wife? Because I hear that with the motherhood part, your competitiveness turns you into a coach.
Yeah.
All right.
How does it help me? Honestly, I don't know how it helps. Not necessarily the competitive side, other than it allows my husband and I to have fun together, right? So we met playing basketball. So that's something that we can continue to do.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to play basketball and compete and fun, play video games together and wanting to like win in the video game, right? Like most people, you don't just want to play a video game for fun. Like you want to be successful at it. So being able to pick up the video game and play together and have fun. Outside of being able to have fun, I don't really see how being competitive helps in marriage.
I can see that. Well, where I was hoping you would go. You kind of went there, but you didn't go there. It will show you how to be a good teammate. I thought naturally you would have went there because you went from coach, you know what I'm saying, and then teammate. Because they say husband, wife, partner. I ain't no expert.
Which is crazy because I just sent my husband a meme that said marriage is teamwork.
Oh, look.
That's crazy.
Look at that.
But I didn't draw that connection.
Well, there it is. So, Sis Keishonda, I got 5 questions.
Okay. Other than the 7 you've already asked?
Other than the 7 I already asked.
Okay.
I got 5 questions. And let's see where these take us. All right. What is a moment in your life where you had to choose growth over comfort? And how did that decision change you? That is a thought-provoking question.
Isn't it? Like you heard it. Like, That's the thoughts being provoked.
I'm on repeat. What's a moment in your life where you had to choose growth over comfort? And how did that decision change you?
I'm thinking about when I was in high school playing basketball. And greatest high school basketball coach of all time. Shout out to Coach William Winfield. Rest in peace, Coach. I miss you.
Shout out.
But I remember, so I played varsity as a freshman. So I got to know Coach Winfield very intimately, very well. And I used to feel like he was always on me, always. And one day I asked him, like, why are you always, like, get off my back, coach.
Right.
Like,
real.
seriously, like, leave me alone. And it didn't come out very respectful. And he told me that the moment I stopped, however he put it, but basically the moment I stopped being on you, the moment I stopped yelling at you, the moment I stopped wanting you to be better, then you should be worried. Because that means I don't care about you. That means I don't love you. That means I don't want you to get better. I don't care about you. So I had to choose. I had to choose to be okay with him being on me, so I could grow to be a better player and a better student. Because Coach Winfield wasn't just about on the court, but off the court, and being just a better person over the comfort of having not having his respect, because that's not the word I'm looking for, but I guess having his admiration.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, instead of him always saying you're really good, Keishonda, when I did do something good, because again, I played varsity as a freshman, so
Right. I'm
I had to
already
be doing
good.
something,
I'm
doing
already
something
good.
good, right? I was already good in basketball, but I had to choose the growth of. I had to choose letting him in to help me grow versus sitting and being comfortable with, I'm good enough. I played varsity as a
Right.
freshman.
I'm already here.
I'm already here. Yeah.
So it's accepting, learning to accept constructive criticism. That's what I'm hearing you say.
Absolutely.
And then also willing to hold yourself accountable to whatever they're telling you. You know what I'm saying? The
True.
coach or whatever. Because sometimes when I, like my mentor or whatnot, even my ex-wife, they said some things to me, and then through pure ignorance, it made no sense to me. Years later, sitting at home alone in the dark, you'd be like, oh, that's what they was that's what they was saying. Oh, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? But I had to allow myself to be open to take that criticism, and once I opened myself to that criticism, I was able to accept the advice. So not looking at it as criticism, start looking at it as advice. And I'm talking about years later. Years later.
Years later.
Because I'm stubborn. Like if I when I was coming up, this is kind of, tell me if you can relate or not. When I was coming up, like something would happen and I'll be mad. Someone would then apologize, and then I'll still be mad.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
they're like, well, Denez, why are you still upset? This happened like a week ago. You know what I'm saying? Let me be mad. I'm choosing to be mad. Like I want to hold a grudge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how I was as a person.
I've experienced that. That's not necessarily my go-to in
Yeah.
life, but I've definitely been that person.
Oh, yeah.
At one point or another.
Cause I'm holding it. Keith Barnes, what's up, man? I don't know if he, I don't know if you listen or anything, but he can attest to this. Keith Barnes had said something to me, and I didn't like it. I held on to that for 5 years.
What did he say to you?
I can't even.
You don't know,
I
no.
don't even remember. But he was mud on the bottom of my shoe.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? To me. And then when I seen him, this is like maybe like like right before the pandemic or whatnot. He had relocated to Rockford, and I walk up to him and I was like, brother, I've been holding a grudge against you, and I'm sorry.
He probably had no idea.
He said, huh? He was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I can't tell you what it was. I just know I was holding a grudge against you, and I'm letting it go. He said, oh, okay. Nice to see you. And kept it pimping, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kept it moving. So I guess I'm saying that to say this, that I'm bringing this up. This is therapy for me, y'all. My ex-wife had said something to me. She was like, happiness is a choice. That's what she told me, happiness. And when she said that to me, you would think she said, your mama ain't shit. You would think that's what she said to me. I snapped. I'm like, you think I'm choosing to be mad? If I could choose to be happy, I would do it. You know what I'm saying? And I held on to that for years. And I'll say maybe 4 years ago, I've been divorced since 2011. So like maybe 4 years ago.
So 10 years.
Yeah. 4 years ago, I was like, oh, I'm going to choose to be happy. And it worked. You know what I'm saying? It worked. Because I had to trick myself. You know what I'm saying? I was very sad, depressed, these things. So I had to trick myself, right? So what I'm saying to you listeners is that if you just take the time to think about the things that have been said to you that you may not agreed with and it rubbed you the wrong way, look back on it now that you had some distance between the emotion and what was actually said, and revisit it, because them niggas probably telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? they probably telling the truth, and you can't get it. You can't get past your own emotion.
So I agree that happiness is a choice. However, life gets hard. Shit get real. As Martin said it in Bad Boys. Shit just got real. And it's okay if it gets real. And I think that it's important that instead of ignoring when shit get real, instead of ignoring when it's hard, whatever it is that you do in life to get through that, find whatever that thing is and get through that. I think it's important to not get stuck in when shit get real. So yes, happiness is a choice, but let's be real. If you're in a car accident and you watch your mother die next to you, you're going to be sad.
Yes.
You can't just tell somebody to choose to be happy after experiencing something like that.
Correct.
Right? So yes, happiness is a choice, but it's okay to feel the pain of losing a loved one and losing a loved one in such a violent way. It's okay to feel that. Just don't stay there.
Yeah, don't get stuck.
Don't get stuck.
That's exactly what I'm hearing. I used to have this saying, I've been stuck on start. You know what I'm saying? Just stuck. Can't get past start. Call it the staircase effect. When you feel the emotion of accomplishing something. This is how great my imagination is. I could come up with an idea and never seen that idea through, but I can get caught up in the emotion of that idea panning out. You know what I'm saying?
You can see it.
I can see it. And
That's good.
To an extent, because I'll see it and I'll be relishing in the moment as if I've already accomplished it. So I won't take the necessary steps
to accomplish it.
That's
interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the mind is crazy work. The mind. So for all the listeners out there, if you feel like you're stuck on start, you know what I'm saying? Just what's the next step? We have to be able to break things down. You have to respect the process. I love what you just said. You know, choose happiness, yes, but deal with this shit too. You can't ignore it. Yeah, you can't ignore
sweep it under the rug.
You got to go through it.
And something that I've been kind of struggling with my husband with is that just because you're going through something and happiness is a choice. So happiness may be a choice. So again, if you go back to losing your mom, one, that old saying that time heals all is real. Time does heal all, but I don't think that, and nobody can tell anybody else at what point a person is healed.
Correct.
You can't lose a loved one and then tell a person it's been 10 years, you're healed. Like, it doesn't work that way. So you may lose a loved one, you may lose mama, and be okay after 6 months. You may be able to smile again 6 months later. You may be able to laugh again. You may be able to reminisce and smile instead of reminisce and cry. And you may be able to do that for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. But for whatever reason, year number 9, it hits you different.
Yeah.
And now when it hits you different, you cry about it. That's okay. And just because you cry about it in year 9, that doesn't mean you're stuck in year 1.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Crying about it in year 9 doesn't mean that, oh, now I'm back to being...
I'm reset.
I'm resetting. That's not what that means.
Yeah.
As long as you cry in year 9, but don't spend 365 days crying in year 9.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It might be a week. That's okay. It might be 2-3 weeks. It might be a month. I don't know. I can't tell you. Only you know if you're stuck somewhere and now you need some professional help to get out of that place. And that's actually a conversation that I'm going to have with my husband hopefully sooner than later, because he has this notion that he agrees that time heals all. He agrees that healing is a process, but for whatever reason, he's putting a time frame on it. So you lost your mom 6 months ago. Would you, like,
right.
Why are you crying about it today?
Why are you still...
Like, why are you crying about it today? Why are we still living in the past? Well, just because I reminisce about it and cry about it and hurt from it today, that doesn't mean I'm living back then. But the shit still hurt today. What you mean?
Right.
I lost my mama.
Right.
Like, that was my mama.
It's all about healing, like ing. Ing
ing
is a continuation.
always.
People are always looking to be healed. Like I've been healed. Well, that's the past. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's an ing.
It's an ing.
It's like
A process.
In that now, it's
Literally, ing is a process.
yes. Like you have to continue to move forward, progression. You have to show signs of healing in progress, if you will. So, who can I say this? Yeah, I just won't say any names. So I know a person who lost their mother. And it's funny that you bringing this up because we just had this conversation the other night. Who lost their mom, and she was like, you know what, Dinesh, I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of crying. I'm like, okay, next step. You're past that step. You know,
But you got to come to that realization.
Yeah, she has to come to that realization. I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do after that? She was like, I don't know. What should I do? Okay, I'm like, maybe write to her. What do you want to say to her? Because you're missing her because of X, Y, and Z is happening in your life, and she's not here for you to speak to. Write her. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to see how that goes over the weekend after she sits down and write. But it has to be ing, has to be some type of progress. So, like if I tear my meniscus, you know, as a basketball player, and I don't do any rehab, I can't expect for it to be healed, my healing to be proper. Like naturally, my meniscus is going to heal itself, but will it be proper? Did I continue to do light workouts so that my meniscus could get strength? You know what I'm saying, during its healing process. But if I'm just sitting there waiting to be healed, or waiting for
For it to just be recovered,
yeah,
it ain't gonna happen.
it's not gonna happen. You still got to put work in, and I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions with us as a people is that we believe that if we just keep on living, just keep on holding on, that one day that everything's gonna work. Nigga, no. Mm-mm. Like you have to put forth the work. You have to put forth the work. You have to keep that positive mindset. It's like what you said. Acknowledge what the things that hurt you, the things that you went through, and then not getting stuck and wallowing in that. Because once you just get stuck and you wallow, I'm talking
it's
from
hard to get out.
Thank you. You just took the words out of my motherfucking mouth, because it is very hard. All right. It's very hard. It's very hard for me to climb out of a ditch than it is for me to get up after I trip. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a good point.
Isn't that a great point?
Yeah.
Because I'm in that ditch now because I'm stuck on start, so I'm just walking.
That's a great point,
man, bro. Like
there's a huge difference between being stuck in a ditch and getting up after you trip and fall. Wow, that's exactly what I've been trying to articulate to my husband is tripping and falling is not the same thing as being stuck in a ditch.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get him to understand and see that us as people, to a certain degree, at a certain point you can, but you can't judge a thing in the transition. You can't judge a person that's healing and tell them they're not healing just because you don't think just because you see them trip and fall.
Yeah.
Now, yes, we recognize signs of somebody being in a ditch, but I think that, that was heavy, brother. You just dropped a jewel on me.
Man, you know.
Wow. That was heavy.
I had to go ahead and drop those round of applause.
That was a nugget, as they say.
Man, you know,
wow.
we come through. Man, that, like I said, man, I was trying to keep it light.
That was heavy, bro.
I was trying to keep it light. No, because I've been in the rut. That's what the word I'm looking for. I've been in the rut before, and it is difficult. If I would have started my healing process when I tripped, I would be so much further now. But I laid there. It rained. The ground got soft. The ground started curving to my body. I got deeper and deeper, and then I was like, you know what? I'm tired of being down here. Let me stand up. Damn,
you gave it so much work. You got so much work just to get out of the ditch.
And then you stand up, and then you're like, damn, I'm standing in it now. I'm standing in the mess. Now I gotta find the strength to lift up, but I'm out of practice. I ain't got no strength.
Wow.
So I gotta now. I'm stuck. Even I'm still in. Now I'm in the ditch with the knowledge of knowing I'm in the ditch. Before I didn't know I was in the ditch.
That's huge.
Now I'm like, okay, I'm in the ditch. I got the knowledge. I'm in the ditch. I want to get out the ditch. Damn, I can't get out the ditch because my upper body. I am in work on my upper body. So now I gotta work out my upper
You gotta
body
work out in the ditch
in
just
the
to get
ditch,
prepared to get out
just
of
to
it.
get out the ditch. That shit crazy, man. So I guess what I'm saying is, the sooner you get up after you trip, the easier. I'm not gonna say easier. Yeah. Can I say easier? The
I think so.
the easier it would be to recover from your injury. You know what I'm saying? Because you tripped, you failed, you're there. Acknowledge it, get up, but don't wallow in it. That's what I'm picking up.
I think the example you gave of Samaya earlier is great. It's kind of light, but it could have went so left and ditch for her.
Yeah.
So when you talked about how she didn't do as well as she wanted to,
Yeah.
she could have said,
This
she
ain't
could have
for
went into the
me.
ditch.
Yeah.
This ain't my sport. I'm the worst. I'm not that good at it. I'm a failure. I don't even want to do this no more. And then she could have been laying in that ditch, but laying in that ditch, she really truly loved the sport. So it's not that she don't want to do it, but she's told herself so much over the past however many months until she realized she want to get back in the gym that she's not good at it. So all the progress she made to move up a level, she's not even practicing no more to continue to get better at that level,
Yeah.
let alone move up another level. So she could have stayed in the ditch and gotten worse as a gymnast versus tripping and saying, I didn't do as good as I wanted to, but I placed better and then went right back into the gym.
She chose happiness.
Chose to be
She
happy.
chose it. She was like, she chose to see the progression in it. I did not intend to get on here and have a sermon. I did not intend.
The fact that you said motherfucking sermon is crazy to me.
I didn't say it all the way. I caught
As
myself.
children say, that's diabolical to say motherfucking sermon. That's crazy.
Man,
But I feel you.
The Lord knows my heart. Let's see. Ooh, that's heavy. So let me ask you this question: what belief did you hold on to for years that you eventually realized was wrong, and what made you see it differently?
For the longest time, I had this belief that, and it's similar to what we're talking about. I don't know how to describe it, so I'm just going to do the best I can.
Okay.
But I had this belief that my happiness lies in my spouse. And so, not to say that if my spouse isn't happy, then I'm not happy, but I mean, that was kind of almost my mindset. And then also, if I'm not happy, then my spouse isn't happy either. And my spouse should be doing something so that I am happy. It's not my spouse's responsibility to keep me happy. And I had a therapist say it in a different way, or not in a different way. She said it is your responsibility for you to be happy. But she said that, but your spouse also doesn't have to contribute and do things that make you unhappy. I forgot how she worded it.
That makes sense. They shouldn't be deliberately
like,
making you unhappy.
Just because
Right.
it's not your spouse's responsibility to make you happy, that doesn't mean that your spouse should be doing things that are like bogus to you, essentially.
Yeah.
And
It's not permission to shit on me.
right.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then it's also, I forgot how she worded it, but she also talked about how it is our responsibility, like as spouses to one another. She worded it so eloquently, and I can't remember. But essentially, it is our responsibility to keep each other happy, but ultimately the choice to be happy is yours. So it's my responsibility to cook, clean, take care of the home. But if I don't, then my husband can't walk around and be unhappy just because I'm not cooking and cleaning.
Right.
But it's still my responsibility to do what I'm supposed to do so that he has a clean home, right? As a man, he doesn't come home to dirt and chaos, and he never has a home cooked meal. So that notion, and I don't know if I described that the right way, but the thing that changed my mindset was I had several conversations with several people, and one of them, all of them came to the same conclusion that Keishonda has to seek refuge in Allah and make Allah, make my creator sufficient enough for me. So no matter what madness my husband is doing, whatever he got going on, I can't let that
Dictate.
disturb my peace and disturb me being happy. And somebody asked me, "Do you love your husband?" The answer is yes. And then they ask, "Well, what are you doing to show that you love him? Do you want the marriage to work?" I say yes. What are you doing to make the marriage work? And so part of making a law sufficient is trusting in the God that I have to do my part to make the marriage work no matter what. I gotta stay true and strive to be as righteous and submissive to the God as I can be. I can't get out here and get in the mud just because my husband's in the mud. And so this notion of if I'm not happy, then he's not either. If he's not happy, then I'm not either. It just it's false.
You got to throw that away.
Right.
Right.
It's false. And that's not, again, it's a delicate kind of fine line, because that's also not, again, it's not to say that we shouldn't strive to make our spouses happy. And I shouldn't.
But your happiness shouldn't depend.
It shouldn't depend,
right.
if that's the better word.
Yeah.
And when he's acting a fool, I can't get stuck in being unhappy.
Yeah.
He may act a fool and he may do something that would cause me to not be happy. But I can't stay there. I gotta make God sufficient enough to say, yes, he acting a fool, deal with the pain. Now, instead of getting in a ditch, I trip over the pain.
Yep.
I realize it's painful, and now I gotta get up,
Start the
healing process
All right.
for whatever madness he got going on. And
that's
and
deep.
Keishonda gotta be okay with God got me,
Yeah.
because I came in this world. Even if you're a twin, you come in this world alone and you leave it alone. And man, I had a brother in the Nation of Islam say to me, like, is Henry your God? Absolutely not. Then if he's not, then how dare you take away from the God who's your creator to say that Henry caused you to be unhappy, when your creator gives you happiness. And your creator is the one who provides for you. So
You know what? I'm gonna say this because I think it's pertinent. Like I struggle with that, right? I'm so logical, right? I'm so logical that it's hard for me to give the spiritual world its proper
credit.
And that's really hard for me because I hear everything that you're saying, right? And I agree with about 85% of it, right? the 20% that bothers me is, I guess, I can see this is when you start talking, it just comes out. I guess it's the flesh, the 20% of the flesh, because I'm sitting here and I'm just like, I've heard this talk before. I remember when my ex-wife chose Jesus over me, and that shit hurt. It hurt really bad. But I get it to an extent. I understand it. I understand that I'm not the one who's supposed to I'm not responsible for her I wasn't responsible for her happiness. You know, but I was a contributor, either for happiness or sadness, if you will. I remember one time, I'm not going to stay on this too long because y'all not finna get HyphenX on here all teared up. But I do remember a time where the kids were gone for like a week. Like grandparents here, grandparents there, kids are going to, it's just us two. And she was just like, I never knew how unhappy my husband was until I was forced to see him by himself. Like, and I was like, nigga, I ain't unhappy. She's like, what's the top 5 things you're happy about right now? And you can't say the kids. Struggle. Took an hour. And I'm a talker. I'm a talker and a thinker. It took me an hour to come up with 5 things outside of my children that I was happy about. Sadness will eat away at you. Depression, it will eat away at you, and you don't even know it. You don't even know that you being eaten alive. You what the kids say, brain rot? It's like bed rot. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even like it's to the point where you don't even feel the pain no more. It's just I got sores.
Wow.
It's just what it is. I'm gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep going. But you're not going nowhere. I'm still in the ditch, but I'm moving in the ditch. The ditch is still going. It's like I'm in the ditch, but I'm digging horizontally instead of trying to go vertically. So I'm still in the ditch. I'm still digging. So I have a false perception of progression. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving. Dirt is moving all over the place, but at the same time, I'm not going the right way. So I hear exactly what you're saying, and I hear exactly what you're saying. So that 20% for me that it was hard for me to agree with is this. I guess my own personal battle with the spiritual world is that how. Here we go. How you gonna pick Allah, Jesus, God? How you gonna pick over me? I'm the one that you chose to be with. And somebody else, my mentor, told me, well, you know the song, Because He First Loved Me. You know what I'm saying? And so
That's back in the day.
yeah, I'm from the old school. You know what I'm saying? But when I heard that, it was something I don't debate with anymore. I just choose to accept. If that's how you feel, I choose to respect that, and I choose to allow you to have that emotion, that feeling. I had somebody else leave me for Anubis. So it's like they choose their deities, you know what I'm saying? And a deity is powerful. Like people are choosing deities over physical relationships. So spirituality over physical relationships. It's happening all the time. I've seen it heal marriages. I saw it destroy marriages. My marriage is one to destroy it.
I don't know if choosing one. I don't think it's a choice. I don't put me in a position where I have to choose my husband or choose my creator. That's not what I'm doing. But what I'm saying is that no matter what, my creator is going to be steady, constant, consistent, no matter what. But marriage is half my faith. So marriage is a huge part of my faith. A marriage is a huge part of the spirituality that I'm describing.
I hear what you're saying. So
I'm not like
your spirituality. We talked about the scales of justice earlier. It's the scale. It's the middle part.
It has like.
And then you are this part.
Exactly.
Woo!
So I'm not
Deep.
saying that I'm choosing Allah over my husband because flesh is real. I like being cuddled at night. I like my feet being rubbed. I like hugs. I like holding hands. I like when he tells me that I'm beautiful. I like when he enjoys what I cook. But what I'm saying is make Allah sufficient. Seek refuge in Allah. When he doesn't tell me I'm beautiful, I can't be unhappy because he's not telling me that I'm beautiful.
Oh, that's deep. That's good.
I have to be okay and know that Allah knows that I'm beautiful.
Oh, that's good.
And one of the things that we recently talked about at the mosque is that when you pray, oftentimes you by yourself.
Yeah.
And if you pray out loud, nobody else can hear you but one person. And that's you. You can hear you. So you're really praying to yourself. So I have to make Allah sufficient. I got to make the God in Keishonda sufficient. So if my husband doesn't say that I'm beautiful, if he goes a month without saying I'm beautiful, I got to be okay.
Yeah.
I'm not choosing my God over him, but he ain't perfect. But no matter what, my God is always going to find me beautiful.
Oh, that's deep.
My creator is going to always say that I'm worthy. And even if my creator in me has to say it through tears, I got to say it. Keishonda, you're worthy. Keishonda, you're worth it. Keishonda, you're beautiful. Keishonda, I got to pour into Keishonda because my husband's not always going to do it. So when I say make Allah sufficient, when I say seek refuge in Allah, I'm not saying choose spirituality over the flesh of my husband.
Right.
I'm saying when he falls short, Allah will never fall short. And I got to remember that. That's how I never end up in a ditch, is making Allah sufficient. That's how I trip and get back up because I call on the God to call me beautiful when he hurt my feelings and said that I was ugly. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not choosing a spooky
Hey,
God over a physical husband.
That was deep. I'm trying to keep it light, y'all, but that was deep, and that has helped me. You know, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much, because you explained that you need to talk more. You really do. You need to talk more. Let me ask
you,
this.
brother.
Let me ask this last question,
Yes, sir.
so we can get up out of here. If you could put one message in the hand of every young woman in our community, what would it be, and why that particular message?
I don't like being cliche, Dinez, but for the most part, or I'm sorry, HyphenX. For the most part, you know that I am. And through, what I just described to you is the one message that I would give to every young woman. No matter what is going on with you in life, whether you call him Allah, whether you call him Jesus, whether you call him God, whether you call him Jehovah, whether you call him whatever term they use in Japanese, whatever term they use in Portuguese, whatever term they use in Spanish, whatever term they use in Venezuela, all over the planet, make your God sufficient for you. So that when man lets you down, and man could be a female, but when man lets you down, because man will, because the flesh is weak, when man lets you down, make God sufficient enough that you may trip and feel the pain, but make your God sufficient that you don't end up in a ditch like you and I did, and like you and I have, but you simply trip. And oftentimes when you trip, oftentimes when you trip, you fall forward, right? So you put your hands out to brace yourself, and oftentimes when you get back up, a lot of us will almost crawl up. Like not a lot of us can just stand up. We not seven no more. It's steps to it. It's a process to stand back up. So be okay with working through the steps to stand back up. But don't depend on the flesh to help you get back up. Depend on making your God sufficient for you to get back up. So that may mean prayers. That may mean studying the word. Literally reading a scripture, reading an ayat. That may mean saying it to yourself. That may mean having something written down. And I don't mean literally trip and fall, but I mean when you feel the pain, if the flesh keeps telling you that you're not good enough, then you may have to call on the God to write down on a sticky note, I am good enough. Put it on your mirror. That's tripping and getting back up. That's making your God sufficient, because you had to write those words. And take it a step further, and you have to say the words out loud. I am good enough.
And then once you say them,
you hear it. So you hear the God talking to you, telling you that you're good enough, no matter how much the flesh is telling you, no, you're not good enough. So that's the message that I would tell every young woman out there, and that's why, because it's real, and I'm living through the experience of waking up to making God sufficient for Keishonda.
Man, listen, y'all, man. This has been a great conversation. Sister Keishonda, thank you for blessing us with those words of wisdom and affirmation.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me, brother.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. Guys, I'm not gonna say too much. Usually I'll have some words of wisdom, but the words of wisdom have already been spilled in the soil, and now it's nourishing the seeds of progress. You know what we always say here at The Great Conversation. You don't always have to agree to have a great conversation. Peace.